All right, so we are starting day 3 of our Derrick Adams lesson. We should already have our photograph taken and cropped. We should have brought it into Clicky and done the original line. And at this point, we really should have all of our geometric lines dividing up the face as well as our color finished in our portrait. So the next step is going to be to add our background. So we're going to start the same process that we did the last 2 class periods with starting off with a new project. We're going to go to landscape, we're going to hit transparent, and we're going to hit OK. Now, just like we did before, we're going to go over to our yellow file and we're going to open up 2 of the things we need. If you're done your geometric shape or your geometric shapes created by your lines in your portrait, you no longer need the photograph anymore. So the only 2 layers that we need are the color photograph and the line photograph. So I'm going to start with the color photograph because I want that on the lowest level. I'm going to do as layer. Remember, these have to be in layers to make them work. I know some of you have made the mistake and had to redo it, so make sure to put layer. This is our 1 layer, so now if we look, we have the original layer, and now we have our color layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and come up here, and I'm going to hit the import image again. And now I'm going to click on the line layer. You'll notice that that's the layer that has all of the lines. Don't go too far back in your images and find the one that only has the outline or part of your lines. This is the correct layer I can see here. And again, most important, as a layer. It should all line up because we're not changing anything. We've done the same format. So, okay. So now again, I have my color layer and I'm just going to rename it so I remember what I have. I have my line layer. And now what I need to do is I actually need to add a 3rd layer. Now, this layer we're going to name background. Ooh. Background and rename. Now, the background obviously can't go on top of the line. The background can't go on top of the color. So we need to drag the background down all the way to the bottom layer. So we want this to be behind the color and the line. And what we're going to do now is we are going to paint this. So I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to change it to the paintbrush. I'm going to make sure that I have what I want. Now, you guys can decide what color you want your background to be. When we looked at Derrick Adams, a lot of his are pretty neutral, but think about the colors that you already picked. So in mine, in my portrait, I have really neutral colors, but in my shirt, I have really bright colors. So I don't want to go with yellow something because I have yellow right on the outside of the portrait. And I want to do something a little bit brighter because I don't want it to be too neutral. And I think I might do something that's maybe in the blue family. So I'm going to go ahead and drag my color over somewhere in that blue family. And, you can see how it changes as it goes on the scale. So I'm going to go somewhere in here. Now, the next step is to pick in this area. Right now, it's in the black because it's still in that bottom left-hand corner. So if I go here, I have that really light value. If I go in the middle somewhere, I have that kind of neutral blue. I have my really brilliant blue. And then as I go down, I can get darker. So I'm going to go somewhere in this middle area again. It doesn't really matter for you because you're going to do some layers and you're going to play with this. So when we painted with this, it was basically that really thin line. So we're going to try 2 different areas. We're going to try the blend and we're going to try the sketchy. So I'm going to show you what these look like. Whenever you try one of these, you have some options. So you have size. So depending on how big I want my mark, and you can see when I do this, the circle kind of shows you how big that is. So I'm going to start with kind of a big mark to start off with. Opacity is how dark that is. So if I go all the way down, it's going to be this really thick mark. And if I'm going to erase that just for a sec. If I go with a less of an opacity, that means that I'm going to still be able to see through that, especially once I get layers. Okay. So blending, the first layer doesn't really matter because you're not blending anything because there's only one thing down. So that won't really matter for now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to paint this whole background one color to start off with. And that's going to give me a little bit to play with so that when I do start to blend, there's going to be multiple things down. So I'm just going to fill this area in. All right, you'll notice that even when I color over here, it doesn't do anything because it is behind the portrait. So that's what keeps it really nice and neat, and the edges are very clear. Now, I'm going to change my colors slightly. So I'm going to go darker, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stay in this same blend mode, and I'm going to do the blend to be a little bit more, which means the higher the blend means the more you're blending with the color that's underneath it, and vice versa. If my number's really low, then it's just going to be sitting on top whatever I have underneath. So you'll notice here that not only do I have that blend mode, but I also have the opacity down, so I can change that as well. You can see I'm kind of getting those darker values, but it's not just going on top. It's blending with the paint or the color that I already have underneath. So I'm just kind of creating a darker value around my figure. And the more you go over any area, the darker it's going to be because, again, you're blending what's underneath. So if you just have one swipe of that color, then it's not going to have as much of an effect. If I change my opacity to be really dark, you'll see that even though I'm on top, you can see that mark a lot more. And as I go, same thing. It's just going to continue and continue. Now, let's say I want to go a light color now. Same thing. And again, you can kind of decide. Right now, I have really high opacity. So notice that it's kind of going on top. And my blending is pretty high. So it still will blend on the edges. But because my opacity is so high, you can still see that mark a lot. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to backtrack my last couple marks. And then I'm going to show you what you can do if you have a little bit less of that opacity to where you're just kind of coming in. Now, really, when I go on those dark colors, you can see it kind of blend in. So I'm just going to kind of play with this. And you can kind of go back and forth and keep blending your layers to where they do more of what you want. You can go back and forth. You can kind of change it up. You can make marks the way, like all in the same direction. You can change it up. It's totally up to you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this sketchy one. I'm going to change my size to be bigger because if you notice, even with the sketchy, when you're the biggest, it's still pretty small. Then I'm going to change blending to be a little bit higher, and scale is going to change your mark. So if you notice, this is kind of sketching around, and you can see it's this big mark. If I change scale to be much smaller, that mark won't change as much. And let me change my color so you can see it a little bit more. So I'm going to layer some greens in here too. So as I go, you can kind of see it has this effect of sketching around the mark. So it's not just a singular line. You're getting kind of these multi marks with one. And so I'm just kind of going in, and because I have that high blend mode, it's blending with the colors underneath. So it's not just painting on top. Now you could play with painting on top and see what you think, but it's going to be up to you to find that balance of where you want to be. It's also going to be up to you when you get to a point where you actually think that it's where you want it, and you are going to decide that as the artist. Always, kind of step back, take a moment to look at it. But when you're doing this, just kind of play with it. I'm going to play for a while and you guys can kind of check out what I'm doing. Now that we're done our portrait, we're going to wrap this up because we finished everything that we really need to do. Now, if you look at this way right now, it's horizontal, and we did this so we could see it more clearly on the Chromebook screens since they're really small. So now, though, we are done working on it, we can go ahead and rotate it. So I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to go rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees. It's going to go there, and I'm going to hit OK. So now we have the finished portrait, everything's done, we've worked on all the different parts, and we're finalized. So now we're ready to save. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to File. Now, I want to start by saving layers because by saving the layers, you have the ability to work on this again and change the different parts. So you can change your background, you can change the color, you can change all those separate parts and still keep other parts that you've already done. So I'm going to start by just saving the layers and hit save. Now you'll notice, just like before, I have my multiple layers that have been saved. They're all ready to go. Now, after I have those layers, the other thing that I want to do is I also want to save it as a PNG, and this is how you're going to turn your image in. So I'm going to go to save here, and I'm going to change it to PNG. And you'll notice here, and let me bring it up so you can see it, this is saved as one final image with all of the layers put together in one. So if I open this, I now have my finished piece of artwork ready to go. And if you get to this point and you really like your background, but maybe you don't love the colors in your shirt, like here, I think they're kind of, they don't go super well together. I could go back and I could change the colors in my shirt by opening up and changing the colors in the actual document. So if you need me, please let me know. If you have any questions that didn't get answered here, just reach out to me. But I hope that you guys have fun, and I cannot wait to see the finished ones.